All right, well, it's time for another update on the severe weather potential because it's really starting to ramp up across North Carolina and Virginia. You see this big orange kind of polygon, we call it. This is basically a mesoscale discussion. Two things going on in this area. One, 95% chance a severe thunderstorm watch is going to be issued probably before 2 p.m. This afternoon. The second part, we're going to see an upgrade to a moderate risk in this same area. The concern is we've got tons of sunshine out and temperatures have soared into the upper 80s and low 90s. When you look at the dew points, they're almost in the low and mid 70s in a couple spots, upper 60s in others. This is leading to a very, very large area of high CAPE, or that thunderstorm fuel you've heard me talk about before. You can see this red area. This is generally between, I would say, about 4,000 to 5,000 CAPE, and areas in the coastal areas where there's a little bit more moisture, it's actually pushing 6,000. That is huge. Then you throw in the fact that we've got STP, which is a significant tornado parameter, is increasing as well. Though tornadoes are possible, I got to emphasize this. The risk of a tornado is infinitely smaller than the risk of damaging winds for our area. So please, I want you to take the entire system seriously. Just because we see severe thunderstorm warning or watch today, you need to treat it more seriously than previous watches, because along this line you see up here in parts of Kentucky as well as West Virginia, we're getting this big long-lived windstorm. Now, I don't like using the word derecho because it may not be that long-lived, but that's the type of storm that we're going to see likely moving in here. A lot of straight line wind damage, and along this line you're talking winds in excess of 80 miles an hour at times. That's weak EF0, EF1 tornado, so you need to treat this as if it's a weak tornado. And the difference between a tornado and this is tornadoes only affect very tiny areas, whereas you're looking at the possibility of this impacting a wide swath. I mean, when I talk about this, I'm going to draw the storm line extends like this, and if it moves across the area like so, you're talking about a swath of at least 58 miles an hour or higher winds, up to 80 in spots across the entire area. That's a much broader area of severe weather than we normally get in pop-up or isolated severe events. So please, even though you hear severe thunderstorm watch or warning today, it may even be one of those PDS situations where they issue a particularly dangerous situation so that people have heightened awareness for what's going on. The timing right now, if I were to time this out, and it's actually, that's the one good thing about this system, it's been pretty easy to time. I'd say by 2 o'clock the line's going to be right here. Roughly, could be a little bit farther west. By about 4 o'clock it's going to be in here. And by 5, 6, 7 o'clock it's going to be in here, and by 8, 9, 10 o'clock it's going to be in here. So again, you're talking 2, 4, 6, 8 p.m. So that should give you a good idea of when the line's going to arrive. I'll loop it a couple more times, but I want to get this online as quick as possible so people are aware. Please spread the word that people need to take these storms seriously today. Charge your phones, charge your tablets, be prepared for power outages, because the main impact from this will be tree and power line damage as we go into the afternoon. I'll be keeping things up to date. I'm going to be heading into the station shortly. Make sure you're following me on Facebook, Twitter. Make sure you have the Charlotte Weather app or the news app, the WCNC NBC Charlotte app, or the Weathercaster app. I like that app. It's our app we just developed. It's just starting to be released. You get great information there as well. And of course, we'll have complete coverage starting today after the U.S. Open.